Hello subscribers, welcome back to a live stream of Wizardry 8 Expert Iron Man mode. So I've leveled up, I think maybe 2 more levels doing a whole bunch of grinding on monsters. So we're going to Martin's Bluff now. We're right next to it in the swamp. Let's kill this flesh-eating slime. Alright, let's see, what kind of resistance does this thing have? Still don't know, okay.
With pleasure. Understood.
Taken care of.
Very well. Sure. Valentine, run.
Oh, nice. That did a lot of damage. Okay. Let's go up here and get the magical items. There's a ramp that leads up here. I think it's a ring of sanity maybe, and drums that do slow if you have a bard, which we don't have.
With pleasure. Sure.
Taken care of.
Very well. Understood. Valentine.
93 damage, wow. That is awesome. Yep, there's the Ring of Sanity. Give that to the guy in Trenton. Which really won't even be that important by the time we get there, because I'll probably actually have the Earthquake spell by then. Okay, I don't think the rogue wants to join us in here, if I remember
You're
right.
aware, of course, that this is the way to Martin's Bluff. I'm not going there. Nope, no. Nowhere.
Well, we can add him back in Arnica, and since we can teleport, we'll just go ahead and release him.
What's the word on the street?
We'll get him back later.
Bye-bye.
We don't need him.
Martin's Bluff.
In fact, I'll probably end up getting the android. Because he's a monk and be a good for damage dealing with weapons.
Understood. Very well. Sure.
Taken care
With
of.
pleasure. I need something to shoot.
I'm casting real high damage spells right now. As you can see, it only hits one enemy, but it's kind of nice when you're fighting these like this. Wipes them out real quick.
Look here.
Okay, we'll go ahead and rest. What'll be nice is I'll be able to set another portal here in Martin's Bluff. And then we'll just be teleporting all over the place.
Waiting. Yes.
Right.
This would be a beautiful battle.
Indeed, this should be quite easy with Sonic Blast. Oh, I can cast it all the way. Power level 7 now.
Understood.
That is going to do massive damage.
Very well.
I still don't have anything that's good long range for the priest. We'll just do a lightning. It'll reach him.
Sure.
Alchemist. A firebomb.
Taken care of.
Hey Brad, welcome to the stream. How you doing? I'm doing really well, thanks. Blizzard too I have now. Go ahead and cast
With
that.
pleasure.
Should be dead in one round.
Oh.
So what time is it right now for you, Rod? Nice. 23,000 experience like that. Oh, you're feeling a bit sick? Sorry to hear that, Rod. Besides that, you're good? Okay. 11:07 in Argentina. Okay, cool. Well, I hope you feel better soon.
Who or what is that?
Yes.
I live in
I
Illinois.
have been waiting. I have heard of you since your arrival here on Dominus. Yes. Allow me to properly introduce myself. I am sure.
Okay. So he has a mission for us, which we've
Let
already
us
completed.
Begin, then.
We have to just give him a Mpani flag. Where is it? There it is.
So, your next mission. We know the.
That's an easy 40,000 experience.
I will await.
How strange that fate would make our paths cross with his.
You're feeling a bit weak with a headache. Oh, yeah, I hope you are better tomorrow. That sucks. Okay, so now we'll get the assassin killed. To do that, we need to go out here. Yeah, voice acting's pretty good, isn't it?
This lot will be child's play. Understood. Very well. With pleasure.
Taken care of.
Sure.
This is so awesome having such high level Sonic Blast at this point in the game. It's going to allow me to just wreck most enemies super quickly.
Segundas. Rosinante. Understood. Very well.
There's 3 left. Oh, they're dead. Oh, that's so awesome. Come on, you can do it. Ah, there we go. Hey, Gaga, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Your sleep schedule's out the window thanks to quarantine. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I know you're in Italy. So what time is it there in Italy? I'm doing well. How about you?
Look here. No. I see a creature.
Oh, 4 a.m. Oh, wow. Yeah, that really is late for you, isn't it? Rod says, yeah, every day is a Sunday with hangover and quarantine. Yeah, really.
Understood. Very well. Saketti, run!
Okay, we are now going to kill the assassin and complete the other quest. Let's see here. Where is it? Perfume, perfume. Go ahead and go in here and wait. Ryan says he only knows which day of the week it is because he has university classes to attend via Zoom. Yeah, I bet.
Yes?
Oh, still gotta restore some magic points. Yeah, sounds like you haven't been able to go outside at all, Rod. Isn't that right?
Waiting.
That's really rough.
Yeah? This is bad. Time.
Okay. Kill the assassin. Smashed him between the 2 things there. Let's see what he dropped for us. Nothing usable for these characters. But we can go get our reward at least. One of your friends is taking 2 to 3 hour naps at random times. Wow, in your house for 45 days, huh? That's rough.
Yes.
Man. Probably feels like prison.
The Rapat's head. You are very skilled to have lured. Perhaps you know my words.
This is going to be awesome. Oh, I do have to go to the swamp to get the
I will one thing be.
fake,
My inbones.
Goodbye.
what's it called? The fake Astral Domine. Cool, Bishop's level 16 now. Nice. Let's see what we can get interesting for her. I think Summon Elemental would be good. Okay. Let's go see the weapon guy in here first. Yeah, that's true about Sweden.
Ah, someone new to talk to. Look here. What's this? What's this? Look here.
So, Sant.
Okay, Saduk. Oh, this is what the thief had, so I'll hang on to that stuff. Stun rod. That paralysis effect's pretty darn cool. Okay, should be able to get some new spell books at least.
Waiting.
Silence, lesser cures,
Yes.
book of sound.
Yes?
Sweet, all kinds of spell books
Yes.
here. Nice.
We will meet again.
Farewell.
You feel sorry for your dog though. He went from 3 walks in the park to staying in. Yeah, that would suck. I understand.
Splendid.
Do you get to play with it inside or anything?
Great.
Try to get it some exercise.
Great.
Excellent.
Magnificent. Magnificent.
Okay, we'll get more spell books, but first let me pick up the stuff that was left here. Okay. Rest in this corner in case monsters come in here, because I've seen it before. Your backyard is size of half a tennis court, so he can't run as much as he's used to. Ah, okay. Hey, Gauntlet, welcome. How you doing? Rod says his dog spends 4 hours a day inside the house, and all 4 hours goes outside to play with them. Oh, well, that's good. So at least he gets to go outside. Yeah, that's good.
I was hoping.
Okay, Gaga. It's good seeing you. We'll see you later. Have a good night.
Yes. Waiting.
Yes?
Yeah.
170,000 gold I have left. It's probably going to go pretty quick. All these spell
Yes?
books I'm buying. I'll have to do more grinding.
We will meet again.
Farewell. Right on. Splendid.
Excellent. Excellent.
Magnificent.
Gauntlet's contemplating. Hey, Glass Seller, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo. Get a few more spell books here. Let's see. Then we'll go out to the swamp, try to find the Dark Savant because he'll give us the fake Astral Domine. Then we'll teleport back to Arnica and get that Mook item, cast Mallory, teleport back, complete that mission. And then we can teleport close to the Impani base and complete their next mission too. These teleports are going to be awesome with this caster party. Just be able to go all over the place.
Yes?
Yes?
Yeah? Waiting. Yes?
I have gauntlets on all of them. Yes, I do. Okay.
We will meet again.
Farewell.
Okay.
Magnificent. Magnificent. Magnificent.
All right. So, let's teleport to Crocs.
Yes?
I think it might be the Alchemist. Not really sure. Yep, okay.
Crawl that.
We need to identify these drums and sell them. Okay. Now we got to find the Dark Savant.
Yes?
He appears kind of randomly. I think I'll walk on the roads maybe.
Waiting. Yes?
Gauntlet says he's trying to find a path to get off of the ground on coding a game. Ah, okay. Glass Sellers has enjoyed some beef tacos and margaritas at the local Mexican restaurant. Nice! So your restaurants aren't closed, huh? Well, that's good news. Yeah, our restaurants are still closed. Glass Seller says, good luck, Gauntlet. I don't know any programming languages. Made some games with RPG Maker. Gauntlet says, need full course or full game sample to go by. Just not enough resources for Godot.
Potential danger here.
At least for your experience level. Yeah, that's probably rough.
This stuff stop will be dead easy. With pleasure.
Yeah, it's probably hard. And you've looked for open source games to see if you can find one.
Understood.
Seems like a lot of people are using the Unity framework, but even with that, you probably need some some programming experience is my guess. I've never touched it, so I don't
Taken care of.
know.
Very well.
I wonder if instant death will work.
Sure.
It's level 7. Let's give it a shot. Didn't work. Unity flow confuses you. Yeah, it takes a long time to be able to program games, unfortunately. They're some of the most complicated. So using some kind of framework that'll do the most for you, is probably the best. And you'll just be stuck with whatever limitations it has. But at least you can make something. Otherwise, it's just going to take forever for you to, get the experience if you're wanting to just jump right in.
Understood.
It just takes a long time. If it was easy, everybody would do it. That's the unfortunate thing about it for people wanting to make games. But you shouldn't get discouraged, because you just have to spend a lot of time at it.
Taken care of.
With pleasure. Understood. Sure.
Comes down to the things not covered in the demos. Level doesn't connect them. More than a simple example. Gotcha. Yeah, they definitely won't show you enough, and if you don't have good programming like background, it'll be really hard to connect the dots on all that stuff. Yeah, and when I started learning programming when I was 11 years old, so I've been doing it forever. And when I first started, I couldn't even understand how a loop worked because I was too young, and my brain just wasn't developed enough, because programming is very abstract. But I just kept at it, and then eventually, by the time I was 14 or so after about 3 years, I was able to program some pretty simple things, but it just took a lot of time. And it really doesn't matter what language you start with, as long as you get the concepts. Like, a lot of people are fanatics about certain languages, but if you get all the concepts of programming, it'll apply to pretty much any language. Because I've worked with over 10 languages. It doesn't matter once you get really solid with some. They're pretty much all the same. Some will have advantages or disadvantages, and some will have limitations, but it's just the overall concepts. So if you learn the overall concepts, then you start working with one specific language and just apply those concepts. And the first thing you're going to be worried about is syntax. You get stuck and hung up on, I forgot a semicolon, or I forgot the word I have to type is this, or it's spelled this way. That's how it always is when you first start learning. And then eventually, if you keep working with that one language, don't look at others, just use that one, whatever it is that you pick, just use it. And after several months, you'll get used to the syntax and the language and the words. Then you'll start getting to what's called the semantics, where then those concepts you learned, you'll start to try to apply them. Like, just try a real simple program. I'm going to do this. I'm going to output this on the screen. I'm going to pop up a window. You just have to start real simple and do it. Just do it. All these little things one at a time, test them out, and get used to using what's called the debugger. Pick a language that has a debugger, that has a good debugger where you can step through the code. Do not pick a language like JavaScript or something that's interpreted where you cannot compile it and step through the code. If you get really used to using a good debugger, it's going to help you tremendously with programming. If you're using a language that does not have a good debugger, where you're stepping through the code and you can see what it does, you're going to have such a hard time. Not say you can't do it, but it's going to make the job so much harder for you. So those are the best tips I can give you. And you don't have to know everything, just start out with real simple things. Like, I just want to display a word. I just want to make it where I can click on a button and have it do something. Just do that. Run the program. Keep trying that until you get it to work. When you get that to work, save it somewhere in a folder, so that then if you go back to reference something, you go back, I think I did this once. Let me go look at that mini program I created. And then you'll go look at the code and see how you did it. Because over time, you're going to end up doing so much stuff, you're not going to remember how you did it, but you did do it at some point. So just go back and look and say, yeah, I did that here. Okay, cool. I can take that code and redo it. So yeah, just do baby steps like that. And then once you get all those little pieces figured out and you know how to do all the simple things, then you can start to think about, okay, how am I going to lay this out for a game? How am I going to pop something up that shows a graphic and, has all these events and stuff. That's the best way to do it. And I'm telling you from experience. I wish someone would have told me that when I was learning, because I had to learn the hard way, basically. And that'll save you tons of time. Yeah, and with debugging,
Very well.
Stepping into functions or methods and then stepping out, being able to spy on the variables and the values so that you can see exactly what they are. And if you can get one that has what's called just-in-time compiling, like Java has that, and C# somewhat has it, you could actually type a value in and change it on the fly, save it, and the program counter will jump to the top of that method so that you could step through it again and you don't have to run the program over again. So all that kind of stuff like that will help speed up the process for you. But it just takes a long time, but you just keep doing that and eventually you'll get to the point where it becomes simple for you. It's just a lot of repetition and a lot of time invested. You know what? I'm going to do Firestorm here.
With pleasure.
Yeah, just, jumping into a game without having done like a 50 to 100 smaller programs that each do something different it'll be overwhelming.
Taken care of.
Sure.
Yeah, you bet, Gauntlet. It says it's more trying to figure out the anatomy of the game and putting the parts together. Okay, so that is what you call architecture. So architecting applications and programs is a much harder thing to do than writing code. Yeah, basically, you probably want to look more into architecture then. And looking at operating systems and how threading works. I don't know if you've investigated that much about threads and how to execute threads and things like that, but that is very important to understanding about games, because you got all these different things going on with games. You have the graphics, you have the back end, depending on if you're making a, hopefully you're not trying to make a server application because that's more difficult. But if you're making like a single player type game where it's all together, all running in memory on the same computer, that's easier. And with that, you got the graphics, you have all the information, you have basically timers or threads that are executing and doing certain things in the background. So I would do more research on threading with software development and time slicing and things of that nature. That maybe you could, if you search on something like that, like games and threading, maybe you'll be able to find better examples on that. What languages or environments are you thinking of using?
With pleasure. Understood.
Have you
Very well.
looked at that more? Okay, so what you're talking about there is you're just talking about the perspective on the graphics. That should be totally separate of the game itself. I'm trying to think of how to describe this. So
Taken care of.
the best way, in my opinion, to approach a game is to not even think about the graphics. You don't even think. Imagine the game being done all in your head, in your mind, and that there's no graphics. And if you can figure that out, how to do that all in your head, and how you could imagine the game working without graphics, where you could say all this stuff's happening and the game's calculating, it's doing all its thing. Then you put the graphics on top of that and you relate the graphics and the sound to what the game's doing. So that's called decoupling. You're decoupling the graphics and the user interface from the actual game itself. That's probably what you want to study more. Look into decoupling the graphics and the sound of the game from the actual logic of the game itself, and that'll help you more with figuring out how to architect it. Because once the game actually does things, then you can figure out the perspective on how to display it to the user. Like, what's the outputs? What sounds is it going to play? Is it going to play in a 3D environment where a sound comes from here and one from behind? Is it going to display the graphics from always, a first-person perspective or an overhead third-person perspective? But that comes later. So you may be thinking about it backwards, where you're thinking about the visuals and the graphics instead of the game itself and all the calculations first. It depends on what kind of game you're doing too, of course. I'm assuming you're wanting to do some kind of either RPG or some kind of action platformer or something like that. You were thinking, how would I even navigate through a world in a text-based adventure like that? Yeah, exactly. So you got the right idea to think of it. Okay, how am I doing this in a text adventure where I'm navigating the world, and then all you're doing is flipping from that to graphics, which are just the output of that world, and you just have them separate. Now, a lot of games, they're just sprite driven is what they're called, where it's a platform. You define the world. You're viewing it from a 2D perspective, and all you do is jump on things and you pick up things. Those games are so simple that you can use, you know, a pre-made engine that does that, and you don't really have to do any real calculations or something. And that's where I was talking about you could find some software that would do that for you. But if you want to do something a lot deeper than that, then that's where you probably need to go back to some other RPG. You'd like to scale back to an RPG theme, arcade-based, or RPG-themed arcade game, not a full-fledged. So is it like a action? Kind of like, what am I thinking of? Like Golden Axe or something? Is that what you mean? Where it's an action game, but it's got RPG elements? Okay, I think my mage set the portal in Arnica. Let's see. Yes, okay. We're gonna complete the Mook quest here. Rod says he learned Python his first year at university, then learned Smalltalk, Haskell, Java, and C#. As simple as minor VGA. Okay. So yeah, if you know it's going to be a 2D world like that, like minor VGA is, then you can already take out quite a few elements of the game and not have to worry about them. You know, because you know you're just going to have X and Y coordinates, and you're just going to attach the user interface after that. So you know you're going to have a position, you know, you're going to have a player or a character, you're going to have enemies. So just like what I would do is just draw out all the different types called objects, come up with all the entity types, that's another way to say it, and then say, okay, what would this entity type do? Well, a player can move, or a player can shoot, or a player can jump, and come up with and define all the actions for that. And if you're thinking kind of from like an object-oriented perspective, then you're going to start programming something that implements all those actions. And so then it'll make it a lot more definable. So come up with the entities that you're going to need in the game. You know, are you going to have a building? Can you go in the building? Is there going to be a guy that sells you something in the building? All of those are separate things. And then you just come up with the actions. And then come up with the triggers. Yeah, do the entities first that I'm telling you to do. Then you're going to see how all the entities relate to each other and start saying, well, you know, the player will relate to an enemy, and here's how. You know, an enemy can attack a player can attack an enemy. And so right there, you know, those two are going to have to interact. So just come up with all those types and figure out the triggers and the actions related to them, and lay that out on paper, or, you know, type it up in just as text, or draw it somewhere, however you can do that. That's going to make it a lot easier. And then from there, you can start figuring out how you want to architect the actual code. But that's what I would recommend. And you could even do something simpler than that. You know, come up with just moving a character. That's all it's going to be. You're not going to have enemies. You're not going to have shops. You may only have an X position. You may not have a Y position. Just start with an X position. And say, I want to draw this graphic and just move it. And then move it left, move it right. I want to be able to send instructions to it to say jump 20. And just do that. And once you get that, then you're like, oh, now I know how I can move it around on the screen and draw things to the screen. And, you know, that's how you got to do it. But you got to just do it once you get the entities figured out. Start with small steps, because some people get what's called analysis paralysis, where they, or it's sometimes referred to as ivory tower development. where they spend so much time trying to think about the perfect way to do something. When you're starting, you're never going to be able to do it perfectly. Like right now, I've been doing this over 20 years, and I still can't get things perfect. It's not possible. So you just do the best you can with the experience you have, and you learn from it. You know, you'll do it once, and you'll be like, man, I wish I would have done it this way. That's okay. No big deal. Next time you do something, you'll do it better. And you just keep improving. And then you'll get confidence. You know, you'll know, well, I've done that before. I know since I can do that, I know I can do it better in the future.
Now, who could that be?
Allow me to welcome you officially. Please bring word to your leaders. Your communique states
Okay.
goodbye.
The Mook are a sensible and honorable race.
Goodbye!
So yeah, like I said, define all the entities first. Have you done that? Have you figured out every single type of entity that you're going to have in the game, have them all laid out and have on paper and have defined all the actions they're going to do and all the triggers that can cause something to happen to them? Have you done that?
This behavior is unacceptable.
I sense
Okay, so I wouldn't even do programming yet then. I wouldn't touch the programming until you have figured out all those entities and defined your game and defined how all these things are going to work. Then start to look at how you're going to architect it for the programming. Because if you do it the other way and you don't have a lot of experience, it's going to be so much harder. You're making it a lot harder on yourself. We as humans think of real world things. We have abstract thoughts, but we always relate things. We relate objects and we relate events and things to each other. So you got to do the same thing with development if you want to make it easier.
It has been.
And then once that's clear to you, you'll know what to do in your game. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot. I'm going to have to do this thing. So how am I going to start programming it? How am I going to relate the player to the floor? How am I going to relate the shovel in his hand to the floor? You know, for digging, like a minor VGA and that kind of thing. Okay, so we got that. So now I can teleport back to Trang and complete that quest. I did set a portal, didn't I?
waiting.
Yes?
I thought I set a portal, but I'm not seeing it.
Waiting.
Yes?
This is in swamp. Well, that's close enough. Yeah, I need to set one in the Trang's actual place. Let's see. You said, cool, the tutorials usually are adding entities as you go, so you've been following this style. We've got all the entities made now. Yeah, figure all that out first before you even get in the tool. I would draw it on paper and draw circles representing each type and then draw lines between them so you know how they're going to be basically communicating with each other and triggering each other and what kind of actions they're going to be performing. Because once you figure out the relationships between all that, then you can start programming and figuring out how to have them interact. Because otherwise it's hard. It's a lot harder. And again, I wish someone would have told me that when I was first learning. And no one did. So I hope that helps you. I had to learn the hard way.
Look, creatures!
Let's get 'em, guys!
Understood.
Very well.
Oh, these are weak. Okay.
Taken care of.
You made a lot of mistakes in your first attempt, so you learned a bit there. Yeah, good. Yep. I've made... I have no idea how many mistakes I've made over the years. I've made a ridiculous amount. And yep, every time you learn what not to do. So that's definitely a good thing. Okay, cool. This time I'll set a teleport in here. Set it right here. Let's have the Sonic do it.
How strange. The Chaos Smoleri. They are... Indeed, the Empire wishes to destroy, but then I thought of...
150,000 experience. Okay, now the ship coordinates. I always get this wrong. Let me just look it up real quick. Uh, 1024.
Yes, yet. It's locate.
Okay. Let's see if that results in a
Wait
level
while
up.
you...
Yes.
Getting better.
Farewell!
Ranger leveled up. You never wanted to skip ahead in tutorials, but now you're downloading some finished projects to see if you can learn from it. Figure out problem areas you had. New way of doing it for you to glean info. Yeah, the problem with that though is everybody has a different style with programming. And until you get a lot of experience, it's actually really hard to look at somebody else's code and try to figure out what in the world they were doing, because everybody's style's different. So you may look at one thing and then look at somebody else's and could be doing a similar thing, but it looks totally different. So just be a little careful with that. You may end up more confused. You're better off doing simple programs yourself, where you just look at one little snippet that does one little bitty thing, and the tutorial tells you just that one little thing, and you do that. Now, once you get to a certain level of experience, that becomes a lot easier to look at somebody else's code. Be like, oh yeah, I see what they're doing there. I'll just do it here. So it's just another thing to be a little cautious about. Okay, so let's see here. Trying to think where to go next. Think back to the Impani base.
The Watchers have reported nothing to me. Perhaps Drazik was killed before he could complete his mission.
Okay.
I will.
Farewell.
Let's teleport to Bella.
Waiting.
Let's rest first.
Yes? Yes?
Okay, I'm actually going to exit and save the game so that if I teleport to the Bella area, I don't fall through the floor. I have had that happen before. And then you are dead. In Iron Man mode, that does not work very well. Okay, game backed up. Hey, Fish Mix, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Long time no see.
It's good.
Let's pick up a cloak while we're here. Who are we going to give it to? Sonic looks pretty weak. Let's give it to her. I teleported here because it's the closest place to the Umpani base camp. Glad to hear that, Fish Mix. Oh, okay. Well, have a good night. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate that. Things getting back to operation there in Georgia. So, oh, that's great. Glad to hear it. Yeah, have a good night, Fish Mix. It's good seeing you.
A battle? How exquisite!
Wow. Walk around the corner and 13 enemies all of a sudden. Okay.
Understood. With pleasure.
Taken care of.
Very well. Sure.
Hang on one second, guys.
Sulla malla lassù.
Right. What are we dealing with here?
Understood.
Very well. With pleasure.
Let's do a firebomb.
Taken care of.
These, I think, are still out of range. I'm not sure where they're at.
Sure.
Nulli segunda.
Sulla malla lassù.
What level are these? 15.
Hola podrida.
Segundas.
Understood.
Very well.
Yeah, I still can't target those.
Sacchetti, run! I measure our progress in... Yes?
With pleasure.
Waiting. Understood.
Yes? Very well.
Yes?
Yeah? Sure. Yes? Waiting.
Okay, now we can make it to the Mpani base. And then I'll set yet another teleport. And then I'll be able to go all over the place. Yeah, I'm not sure you can post links in the chat. You may have to type it out or tell them what to search on. Yeah, that'd be the better place to go. Probably go to the Discord.
Better look this way.
This battle
Post
will
it
be
in there.
short and simple.
Understood.
Very well.
Yeah, hit points. Okay.
With pleasure.
Taken care of.
Sure. Sacchetti, run! Palatine.
Rosamund.
Hola podrida.
Ah, one of the Look at this. This is funny. So these Umpani got poisoned a while back, and they just died from the poison. So evidently the poison doesn't execute unless you're on the actual map where they were. And so they just died from the poison when I came back here. That's funny.
Back so soon.
Okay, we need to tell this guy a special phrase.
And today begins. Yes. Yes. Okay. Don't let the door hit.
Farewell.
That character says rotten ball in Spanish in a funny accent. Which character does? You mean when they cast a spell? If so, that's hilarious. I did not know
Where the
that.
frick is that Rodan?
Really? When he cast a spell, he did that?
Yeah. I'm proud of you, though. Looks like you
Ah,
found those
that's
slime buckets.
hilarious.
Well, Recon's reporting news of 2 similar objects, so keep your eyes out. We're hoping you can secure one of them for us. But first, we need you to get in tip-top shape. Oh, and you also... Okay,
Farewell.
Okay. So now we got to go underground.
Back so. Oh, and don't let the door.
Goodbye!
Rotten ball.
UX version 4. Verifying. Please present. Access verified.
I can see that the Umpani have transformed these mountain caves into a mighty
Waiting.
fortress.
Okay, with X-ray, this is going to be great because we'll be able to see if there's any enemies
What's
coming
this?
up.
What's this?
Those spiders that we hate. Okay, so far I'm not seeing any red. That's a good sign. Hey Ralph, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Oh, I see some red. Okay, well that cannot be... Those have to be rats. That can't be the spiders. However... Nope, that can't be spiders either. It's too many. Or at least it can't be the really strong spiders.
I foresee an easy victory.
Bats and rats, okay.
Understood. Very well.
Taken care of.
They're definitely going to go first, so let me cast it
With
right
pleasure.
about there.
Taken care of.
Sure.
Okay. Doing fine? Great. Another great games for sure. Have you played Wizardry 8, Ralph?
You shall
13 hit by that acid bomb. Oh, that sonic blast just killed so many. That's so nice.
Understood.
Yeah, they're almost dead. You did, okay, but you never finished it. My wife, who was his girlfriend at the time, did. Oh, cool, nice. Okay, we got some more coming up here.
Understood. What's this? Look here.
Ooh, spiders. Level 13, okay. Cavern, they're the weaker ones.
Understood. Very well. With pleasure.
taken care of.
Sure. Si la mano alla sul. Understood. Very well.
Now you can probably start to see why Sonic Blast is the best spell in the game. Why I like it so much. Nice.
What's this? What's this?
Ralph says he let her borrow her computer to play it. She had it for 2 weeks. She had to marry me for me to get back. That's funny.
Please present. Access.
Yes? Taken care of.
Yes. Very well.
Okay, let's see here.
Look here. Look here.
Let's go open up the Humple Whammer first. that's the teleporter, which appeared in Wizardry 7, for those that don't know. That might be a tough spider over there, because there's only one.
What's this?
It normally happens with hoodies. Yours is much more wholesome story. Here it is. Awesome loot if you're a bard.
What's
If
this?
you have a bard.
What's this?
Okay, just show you where we're at on the mini-map. So we're right there where that green circle's flashing. This is where we started, back there. So it teleports you into this house that you couldn't normally get into. So that's pretty cool. It's one of the things I love about the Wizardry series. They have a lot of really cool areas that, like, they tease you about, where you can see it but you can't do anything about it. And then later you find out how to get in there. It's just awesome. Wizardry 6 was really good at that.
Waiting. Understood.
Okay, now we got to do our actual mission. So let's see. Let's go this direction. I don't think this is the right direction. Maybe it is. No, it doesn't look like it.
Look here.
Are those moving? I don't see them moving. This is definitely not the right direction. So I'm curious as to what that is. Ah, it's in here. Okay.
Let's get them, guys!
Understood.
Was this the last Wizardry game produced? In the United States, yes. There were some Japanese companies that
Very
made
well.
Wizardry games, but they're much different. They basically bought the rights. But yes, for
With
for
pleasure.
United States it was. And they did, yeah, they did it totally different.
Taken care of.
Sure.
At least from what I've seen. I haven't actually played those.
Look here. What's this?
Okay, we'll go back the way we came, because I was going the wrong way. See where I'm at. I feel like it was over here where I'm supposed to be going. Yeah. We'll go ahead and deal with this while we're here. Because I waited, maybe there'll be some good treasure in here.
Trapped. Yes? Trapped. Look here.
So far, all junk.
Careful. There's a trap here. Looks trapped. Trapped.
Yes?
All junk, okay. This heals you, I believe. Infinite healing. At least we can rest in here and get our spell points back before we do our training.
Yes? Waiting. Yes? Yeah?
So easy to get lost in here.
Let us be predator
Golem.
and not prey.
Level 17. It might be a granite golem.
With pleasure. Sure. Understood. Very well.
Taken care of.
Come on in, Piney. Yeah, he does look scary, doesn't he? Yeah, my all-magic party isn't very good against this type of a deal. So I'm glad the Impane's over here shooting. Yeah, I agree. The music is great. Like some music you get tired of, but I don't really get tired of this music.
With pleasure. Understood.
Taken care of.
Very well.
Wow. Mind Stab level 7 did nothing. Lifesteal did nothing. Crush level 7. Nothing. He is super resistant. Let's use weapons on him. Cast armor melt on him too, that'll help a little bit. Yeah, he is tough. He has high damage resistance too to physical damage. The weapons don't do nearly as much damage when you happen to penetrate his armor. Wow, completely unaffected from all 3 cloud spells. Okay, let's do Superman. On Valkyrie.
Sure.
Let's see. Try Might to Magic.
Understood.
Summon another elemental. Then we'll have 2.
With pleasure.
Taken care of.
Sasha could take him. Oh, he turned sideways now. Might's Magic did some damage, 17 there. So he's not 100% divine resistant. We got 2 elementals back there behind him, but I don't know if they can both reach him. I see an earth one and the air one. If they can punch him from behind, they could do considerable damage. Alright, let's see here.
Sure.
Somebody has armor melt.
Taken care of.
There it is.
With pleasure.
There we go. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Yeah, I could change position, but it wouldn't help me at all. Oh, he's only got 170 hit points left. We're getting him. And Piney are tearing him down pretty quickly. Yeah, they're doing more damage now after that armor melt. It's still pretty darn tough though.
Sure.
Let's try a high level dehydrate. See if that'll do anything. That can do a ton of damage if it
Damn it!
rolls high. There we go. Air element at 25. Oh, yes.
How exquisite.
Wow.
With pleasure. Waiting. Understood. Yeah? Sure.
Okay then, let's see. Oh, I think I have some spiders coming up here.
Taken care of.
Yes? Very well.
There's 3 of them. That is quite scary. Let me check my position since the thief left. Okay, those 2 are up front. I'm going to move
Yeah?
the priest up front too. Bishop in the middle. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, good one. I was caught between a rock and a hard place. So true. If these are the ensnaring spiders, this could end up being GG, guys. Let's hope I can do it. Nope, it's bats. Okay.
I foresee an easy victory. Understood.
Very well.
Yeah, these will be no problem at all. I wish they were vampire bats instead of bat vampires. Because the vampire bats can drop wings that I need for an item later. Much later in the game.
Taken care of.
Takeshi, run!
Okay, here we go. This should be the right direction.
Automated trainings. Warning, wiring malfunction. Place security. Opening gunnery door.
Wrong way.
Look here.
There we go.
Oh, come on, come on. Whoa! That a show or these babies will take out. Now be careful.
Understood.
Very well.
Saketi run.
Rosenand.
This is going to be so fast with
Very well.
Sonic
Understood.
Blast. It's awesome.
Sulamala la su.
Wow.
Understood.
Very well.
Saketi run.
That was the fastest training ever.
You heard me. Get.
Okay.
Yes. Waiting.
Easy, girls. You're not afraid of the dark, are ya? You come back alive.
Okay, so now we gotta collect 5 flags.
I foresee an easy victory.
Can use our turn undead ability.
Sure.
Very well.
Taken care of.
Probably be
With
dead
pleasure.
after this.
Understood. Oh no. Saketi run.
You like this game better than Morrowind? It was tedious for you? Yeah, this game is pretty darn amazing.
Segundas. Understood.
I think it's probably my favorite RPG I've ever played. Not saying a
Very
lot because
well.
I've played a lot of RPGs.
Sure.
I like how it scales as you fight, as you level up.
Saketi run.
At least combat oriented, it's the best. There are some other RPGs I really like with the environment. Like Ultima 6 amazing too, but it's totally different. Not the fighting, but the just
Well,
all the
Thank goodness
NPCs and
that's behind me.
community
Like
you talk
myself
with
again.
and stuff. Does an awesome job. We're really blessed and lucky that we, have all these games at our disposal. We're spoiled, really. I wonder if I should kill this one while I'm here. Oh, that's a dead end. Okay. That answers that. Let's see. There we go. Now these are set encounters, so since I waited to be pretty high level before I got here, they're much, much easier.
Understood.
But for the most part, the game has a lot of monsters level up as you do.
With pleasure.
Sure.
Taken care of. Taken care of.
No. C'est la mal à la soul.
That's much better.
Okay, where is it? There it is. Yeah, I agree, Ralph. Your imagination takes over. No need for $800 graphics card. Yeah, completely agree.
Yes.
Imagination's always better. Like when I'm watching a movie and the storyline's really good, and I'm like, man, this is, this story is really good.
Waiting.
But then it goes off and takes a different path than where I thought it was going to go. I always end up disappointed. I'm like, man, it would have been so much better
Creatures.
the way I imagined it was going to be. It's great for something to like get your imagination going. Where did he go? Oh, he's right behind us here. But once your imagination takes off, it's like...
Very well.
And some people, I guess, don't really have much imagination. Maybe that's why they like someone to tell them exactly how it is, but...
Taken care of.
Sure.
La mal à la soul.
He came up from behind. Where's the flag? There it is. Okay, let's see where we've been. Okay. We have 2 more to kill, and then we're done with this mission. This is a golem again. But this golem's actually much easier than the one I fought earlier.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Taken care of.
With pleasure.
Actually, let's do boiling blood.
Taken care of.
Understood.
Very well.
Hey John, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Ralph says, so true, an alien creature was hidden in shadow. Your mind had to fill out the rest. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just need to give just a little bit to tease the imagination, and then it just, to me, it's a lot more intense. And I think it has something to do, this is just kind of a guess, but, fear is because of unknown, uncertainty. That's why we get afraid. And so when you take away all the uncertainty, then you really can't be scared. So the imagination can really take off, and you really don't know for sure what's going on, then I think that just leads to fear. Now if you're not going for fear, that's a different story, of course.
Waiting. Understood. Yeah? Sure.
Hey, hi Trevelyan. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? And I am going the wrong way. Yeah, this is the right way. This guy's really cool looking. His sound is so cool too.
Understood.
I am gonna cast some protection
With
spells.
pleasure.
I think Banish works on him.
Sure.
Because I think he's considered a demon or a devil.
Very well.
Taken care of.
Kitty, run.
Glad you're doing well. Okay. Level 18.
Taken care of.
I wonder if I can... He's not really undead. No, can't turn him. Okay.
With pleasure. Understood.
Hey, Gauntlet, welcome back. Cast Napkin and Bev on this guy. That's funny. Yeah, he's a little bit bloody, isn't he? Now, imagine running in through caves and you run into this thing. You'd die of fright.
Understood.
That'd be so freaky.
With pleasure.
Taken care of.
Nice. And then we pick up his eye. So we can use that for a custom item later. Alright. The creature develops wounds. Yeah, it does. All the enemies do over time. If there's 3 stages. There's uninjured, minorly injured, and then severely injured for all the creatures. Okay, we need to go this direction.
Good job, soldiers.
50,000 experience. Okay, now we just got to make our way back out.
Yes. With pleasure.
Even Skyrim does not have wounds show. Yeah, what I really love about this is the multiple party members and then how they have phrases and things they utter. It makes it feel like they're really there and you're really there journeying with them. I think it's just such a good touch.
Waiting. Understood.
Okay, I see some red up here, and there's 2, so these could be ensnaring spiders. Nope, they're bats.
Let's attack. Now is the time.
Ooh, level 20 bats, but they only have 44 hit points. So we'll see if we can kill them real quick here.
Understood.
They're probably, I think they're called congenital bats or
Very well.
Agent bats. I don't remember their names.
With pleasure.
They're probably super magic resistant.
Taken care of.
Sure.
Yeah. Wow. But we had enough to still be able to kill him.
Sure. Understood. So much for that.
There's some more things up there. I'm going to try to run past them. Because they're probably ensnaring spiders. Which could definitely kill me. Oh. I didn't really want to go in here, but...
Mind the trap.
Yes?
Right on. It's locked up tight.
Yes.
Waiting.
Yes.
All junk. Okay.
Yes? Taken care of.
Yes.
Let's see, I need to go. Okay, good, they passed me. Go, go, go. Okay, we're safe.
Please present secure. Access verified.
I should have set that other teleport. Oh, good, vampire bats. Maybe I will get some vampire bat wings.
Very well.
Understood.
With pleasure.
Taken care of.
Sure.
I had to come grind in this cave last time I played. I think I had to kill, like, I don't know, 15 of these or something before I finally had one that dropped the bat wings. And they were hard to find. Did they drop any? Nope. Okay, we should be in the clear now.
What's this?
No, don't need those.
Please present. Access verified.
Yay. Okay.
Yes?
There you are. I'm sure Sergeant Rubble taught you how to well. We believe them, and remember.
Okay, so now he gave us the Mook mission. So now we'll teleport right back to
Yes?
Arnica. Let's see, who had that? Mage.
Yes?
Sell this stuff while we're here. Unidentified spear. What is that? Spear of Death. I don't really have anyone that'd be very good with that. No.
Farewell.
Greetings again. This is true. I will send out a party of investigators. Allow me to welcome you officially and... Goodbye.
Farewell. Yes?
What you got for me? Let me have a read here. Well, well, troops. I gotta say, this...
Operation.
160,000
This is Sergeant
experience.
Balbrack down...
That's what we wanted to hear.
Got it. All right, men. Now don't spit... Okay, pups.
Oh yeah,
Oh, this is...
Beware.
I owe it all.
this is going to be important levels, I think. I think this is going to give him really, really awesome spells now. Okay. Yes. Yes. Falling Stars or Death Wish. Falling Stars does 12 to 16 damage per power level to all enemies, and the range is long. And then Death Wish tries to bring down instant death on every opponent. All enemies, range long. Man, Let's do Death Wish, because I've never got it in the Wizardry 8. That's going to be fun. Awesome. Let's see here. So the other one was Earth, so we'll start raising that. Yeah, that is an awesome. And the Alchemist, we'll see what he can get. Earthquake, or Death Cloud, or Tsunami. So Tsunami does 3 to 27 per power level, and it does it in a cone. It's a water-based spell. Earthquake does 3 to 21 damage, but hits all enemies. And then Death Cloud, 1 round per power level, hits a pretty big radius, and then it tries to kill those enemies that are there each round it's on them. And I've died to that before, my actual party. So that's very, very powerful too. I think I'm going to pick Earthquake though, so I can have a damage-based spell that hits everyone. Especially since I have Death Wish. Okay. Oh, and now I think I'll be able to get Mind Flay with the Psionic. Yeah. So Mind Flay hits all enemies on the battlefield, doing 3 to 21 damage. So essentially it's like Earthquake, only it does mental damage. And then Prismic Chaos. I've never had this spell either. So it hits all enemies. 3 to 27 damage per power level. And then it can actually cause random conditions like paralysis, irritation, insanity. And it does it for 1 round per power level. So that seems super powerful too. And then Cerebral Hemorrhage does 2 to 48 damage per power level, but it only hits 1 enemy. And it can cause them to go insane. I think I'm going to do this because I still have Psionic Blast to use all my mental spell points with, and then I'll have some fire-based spell points up here. Yeah, crowd control. And then finally our mage. So the mage can get Nuclear Blast, which once again does 3 to 21 damage to all enemies. And it does fire damage. Asphyxiation, all enemies. It tries to kill them. So it's kind of like Death Wish, only it's air-based spell and resistance. Or Concussion, 2 to 48 damage per power level. And can cause unconsciousness. So it's kind of like the Cerebral Hemorrhage, but I don't have a lot of mental power with my mage, so I'm definitely not getting that. I think I'm going to get Asphyxiation because I'm using a lot of the fire spell points up here for Fireball and Firestorm, and I'm not using many air spell points. So this will be a good use of my air spell points. Hey Soundboy, welcome to the stream. Says sounds like it'd be a neat system. Shock ability. Yeah. Absolutely. Awesome. That was an awesome level up. Now we gotta try him out. Oh, hey Rod, welcome back. Okay, so now Let's see. We've completed all the train quests, basically. I think it's time to go get the android. Get him in our party. Alright, so... Alchemist.
Yes? Waiting. This is bad.
I'm going to exit the game so it saves it. I'm going to back up the game file in case there's a crash. Or in case there's a bad bug. Sometimes when you do all these teleports like this, you end up falling through the floor and dying. And with Iron Man mode, that is a bad, bad bug. Because your party's permanently dead. Okay, let's do this. This is going to be fun. Yeah, I must revive the android. Oh, you were trying to help Gauntlet, I see. Cool. Got quite a few enemies up north here, but we will dispatch them quickly.
I see a
Here we
creature.
go, here's our first victims. Flesh-eating slime. Let's see if we can hit them with...
Understood.
Yeah, it will reach him. Okay, and let's try Death Wish. I can only cast level 1
Sure.
because it's such a high level spell. That'll improve. He didn't level up yet.
Very well.
Alchemist, what did you get? Can't remember. Earthquake, that's right.
Taken care of.
And you got asphyxiation.
With pleasure.
This will be fun.
Halentine, let us be predator and not prey.
So Death Wish didn't work.
Run.
Prismatic Chaos did some damage.
Understood.
Do that again. Oh, good night, Rod. We'll see you later. Have a good evening.
Halentine.
Oh, Earthquake's not doing anything. Silent Blast is definitely doing the best. Might as well just cast that. Until I can cast those at a higher level, they're not going
Understood.
to work against these.
Very well.
Oh, rats.
So much for that.
Nice. I really want to move the alchemist up, actually. Because he has the Staff of Doom.
Yes?
There we go.
Taken care of.
Yes? Very well.
Waiting.
Ooh, dire mares.
Understood. Yeah? Sure. Sure.
This will be a beautiful battle.
These can be dangerous, but... Okay, let's see here.
Understood.
With pleasure.
They can cast Eye for an Eye. So any spell I cast on can backfire.
Very well.
Taken
I'm gonna
care
try to
of.
get up close to him. Let's do a Superman.
Sure.
We'll get this protection cast in, then we'll run forward. Did you miss anything cool? I leveled up and got some really good spells. Like amazing spells. Besides that, I just completed a few missions.
Sure.
Very well.
Taken care of.
Yes, that's much better.
I feel somewhat restored.
They don't have Eye for an Eye on themselves yet. So...
With pleasure.
let's get some clouds on
Taken care
them.
of.
Actually, Draining Cloud would be good here.
Very well.
Understood.
You notice the sword icon was red. Is that damage? No, that meant it was out of range. Couldn't reach. Yeah, they're very... These are very dangerous. See, it just turned the bishop turncoat. So this bishop cannot... It's on their team now. So I'm going to have to cast Sane Mind on him real quick, or on her. That's why psionics are so good in this game.
Understood.
That's what the psionic is. Psionics are completely immune to all mental conditions. So they cannot be turncoated, or made afraid, or driven insane. And in this game, having turncoat
Taken
or
care of.
insanity is really bad.
With pleasure.
So it looks like they don't do eye for an eye. Well, that's good.
I feel somewhat restored. I'm on it.
These are normally really hard if you have a main fighter-based party.
With pleasure.
But with these magic users, this is much easier.
Understood.
Very well. Very well.
Understood.
There we go.
Here now, that's better. Understood.
Yes? With pleasure. I am grateful.
Okay, let's see here.
I see a creature.
Let's go get the android. RFS 81.
What's this?
Yes? Taken care of.
Yes? Very well.
It's gonna be so good having these area of effect spells against these enemies. Because there's usually quite a few here.
Look here.
Look, it's alive.
This dust-up will be dead easy.
Okay, let's try our new spells out.
With pleasure.
Understood.
Very well.
Sure.
Taken care of.
Here they come. So Death Wish didn't kill anything. A level 1.
Potential danger here.
That was earthquake. Kind of sounded nice. Yeah, let's get ready to rumble.
Taken care of.
Understood. Understood. Sure. Newly segundas.
Here we go.
Company.
Behold, one of the savant.
RFS 81.
Where is your magic oil?
RFS 81 applying NAS to systems central router. RFS 81 Savant. RFS 81 Savant Android Trooper reporting for duty. RFS 81 initiating participation sequence. RFS 81 reporting for duty.
All right.
Instruction confirmed.
Why was the robot hanging out in the hut? It was a Dark Savant robot, where all these other Dark Savant robots were. And so since you heal him
Understood.
by applying that, you become his master, essentially. So they're basically guarding this area.
With pleasure.
Taken care of.
Sure.
Yeah, it is pretty cool because, like, normally it'd be a bad guy, but since, you save him, then he thinks you're the master.
Understood. Very well.
Taken care of.
With pleasure. Sure.
Excellent.
Yes?
care of.
Waiting. Understood. Understood. Yes? With pleasure. Yes? Very well.
Okay.
Look here. What's this?
Anything he can equip. Sweet. Okay. I think I'm going to have him switch to using this dread spear. Yeah. That'll be cool. Alright.
Potential danger here.
Oh, that's cool looking, that fog up there.
Understood. Very well. Sure.
Taken care of.
With pleasure.
After this battle, I'll probably call it quits tonight, guys.
Very well. Understood.
Exterminate.
Nice. Man, this party is so strong at this point in the game.
Yes?
Alright guys, well I'm going to call it quits tonight. So thanks for the chat, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.